Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Legend of Hero Trails of Cold Teil 2. Beim letzten Mal haben wir uns um circa die Hälfte der Bonding-Event gekümmert und heute kommt jetzt die zweite Hälfte. Fangen wir an mit Laura. Even the air feels clean. It's not hard to see why Yun Kafai is so fond of this village. I hope that I'll get the chance to bring Father and Klaus here one day. We'd be happy to have them, and don't worry, I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances once the war's over. I hope so. I suppose that's another reason for us to hasten its conclusion. But I'm still at a loss as to how, though. What should we do, I wonder? He's definitely racking a brain over this. Maybe a break would do her good. Why don't we go somewhere and take a break? It's good to take a breather sometimes when you're stuck on a difficult problem. That sounds reasonable. In that case, I'd like to ask you a favor. Would you escort me to your room? What? So, this is your bedroom. The decor has something of an Eastern feel to it, fitting for a former student of Yun Kafai's. Is there anything here that's particularly representative of the elite school? I should have known. You caught me off guard when you asked to see my room, but it figures that's what you were interested in. Why would you be surprised? Oh, it's it's nothing. As for your question, I don't have all that much, I'm afraid. Wait, actually, I have some tea leaf Master Kafai gave to Dad a while back, I think. How about it? You up for having some green tea? Really? I'd like that very much. This is quite a refined taste indeed. It isn't my first time tasting green tea. Monica let me sample the tea served at her class's tea house during the festival. But this seems to have more depth to its flavor and fragrance. Master Kafai is a huge fan of this kind apparently. He brought it back from the east himself. He's always bringing gifts whenever he comes to visit, so he's popular among the locals. Everyone here likes him. Really now. I've yet to have the opportunity to meet him in person. But I can easily see why he and Father get along so well. Would you happen to know where he is now? Nope, afraid not. That letter I received from him during our vacation here didn't specify. He's always been something of a vagrant. He wanders the continent throughout the years, stopping off wherever he pleases. So while I couldn't tell you where he is, I'm sure he's just fine. I imagine so. If rumor is to be believed, he's as proficient with the blade as Father, if not more so. Are you worried about your dad? I am. I try to avoid admitting it publicly, but it's a fact. His skill is as immense as ever, but given the various new weapons that have come into play during this war, along with other powerful warriors such as General Aurelia and that knight from Ouroboros. Yeah, I can't blame you for being a little concerned under the circumstances. Still, all we can do in the meantime is keep going and do what we're able. So long as we keep that up, I'm sure we'll be reunited with them in due time. Maybe. No, you're right. In a sense, this is but another trial we must overcome to reach greater heights. Yeah, and I know we can overcome it so long as we're together. We're all in this together. Aber wir haben tatsächlich noch ein zweites Lore-Event. That tea was delicious. Thank you for allowing me to join you. Incidentally, Thorvald mentioned that you used to train somewhere deeper into the mountains. Is that true? Yeah, in the Isengard range. Wait, don't tell me you're planning on going up there on your own. Well, after that break, I feel like doing something more active. A walk up a crisp, snowy mountain should clear my mind just perfectly. I wouldn't mind a mountain walk. If you're really that interested, I can show you the way there. Would you? I'd be very grateful. Then we should set out at once. Together, Rean and Laura climbed the Ymir mountain path, their destination being the canyon above. Soon enough, they had arrived at the area where Rean once trained under Master Kafai. I wasn't expecting the climb to be quite so lengthy. Or that far, really. You conducted your training a remarkable distance from Ymir for one so young. Yeah, we spent about a month living up here away from civilization. We trained almost every day, but even when I wasn't training, he was teaching me how to live side by side with nature. We had to catch our own food, secure a place to sleep every night. Sometimes we'd even challenge monsters as practice. Oh my, that does sound rather harsh. You were just a boy at the time of your training, yes? I can't fault it, however. The Sage school does have similar practices. Even when I was a child, I would often join the students in training in the mountains. I'm not surprised to hear the Sage school trainings right up there with the 8 leaf. I made it through in one piece, but I was completely exhausted by the end. Elise was really worried about me. She wouldn't stop crying when I'd finally come back home. That's not hard to picture. After taking a look at the scenery, there's not a doubt in my mind that training here would be a valuable exercise. Yeah, it certainly was. Standing up here and being surrounded by nature serves as a reminder of just how small and insignificant we really are. I suppose you could say the same about our sword in this war. Sorry, Laura, I'm not following. No matter how much it's wielded trains, realistically, a mere swordsman stands no chance against the force of tanks or soldiers. That being the case, what significance do swords even have in this war? I've been pondering this a lot lately, and I still haven't reached an answer. That's a good question. And yet, when I look around at the vast mountains surrounding us, I feel like I've been liberated from those worries. It wasn't just because she was a skilled warrior that the Lance Maiden was able to end the war for time. That played a role, certainly, but she must have possessed numerous other qualities that contributed. Yeah, that's true. And in the same way, I'm sure there's a role that swords can play in ending this war too, even if they can't do it alone. My thoughts exactly. We simply have to find it, and as a class, I know we will. After talking for a while, they enjoyed a short mock battle against one another before returning to Ymir. Nice. Dann haben wir nur noch 4. Yay. Wo Milliam? Hier Milliam. Nicht du, Luke, geh weg. The only hope, aber egal. I'm super bored, so I'm thinking I might check out the souvenir shop. What kind of stuff do you think they've got over there? Think it's cool? We're about to have a major discussion about our class's future. How can you be bored? Okay, don't answer that, but you could at least brainstorm something to contribute to the conversation, to the discussion. Nope. You know, I'm never gonna come up with anything, and no matter what you decide, it doesn't change things for me. One way or another, Lemmy and I are gonna keep on fighting with you guys. You just pick a path and we'll bust it open. Good to know, but we do value your opinion, so you might want to think things over. Maybe looking at some souvenirs would help clear my head. Tell you what, why don't I join you? I've been there tons of times, so you know I'll be able to recommend something nice. Really? You're the best, Rean. Okay, let's go, go, go! Man, there really is a bunch of unusual stuff here. Pretty good selection for a place smack dab in the boonies. That's partly thanks to Master Kafai. He always brings things when he comes to visit. Like those manju, for example. They're a confectionery item from the East that have been tweaked a bit. Whoa, they look really good. You think Lecter would like them? Oh, so he's the one you're buying a souvenir for? You got it. He bought me a little Mishi strap when he was over in Crossbill, so I want to get him something too. I kinda want it to be something he can always keep with him over something that's gonna go bad like food, though. That's a good point. I thought he was missing, though. No one's heard from him since he was in Crossbill, right? Yeah, well, I'm sure he's fine. I mean, he's Lecter. It'd take more than a war to finish him off. Claire and I survived, so I can't imagine he wouldn't. He's just gonna show up one day like, hi, and that'll be it. Well, at least you trust him, I guess. Then again, that makes sense. I mean, you Ironblood probably think of each other like children, right? Siblings. Or, I don't know, do you? Though, if that's the case, that makes Chancellor Osborne your dad, maybe? Dunno, I've never really thought about it. Especially with Grams, I've got siblings, sure, but I'd say someone feels like a parent when you never had one. What does she mean she's never had any parents? I wonder what's gonna happen to his Ironblood now, though. Claire's got her job in the RMP that she can do even without Grams around. But without him there to give me orders and all my old missions finished, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, really. I'm not needed as a piece on his game board anymore. Don't think like that, Milliam. Or let me say this, even if you're not needed on some game board, you are needed by us. And not as a piece, you're needed as a very important classmate and friend. Really? I can't tell you what you should do with your life from here on, but what I can tell you is that we're here for you. And even if you don't know what to do with yourself now, I'm sure you'll figure things out eventually, with or without us. Huh. Maybe you're right. I do kind of feel like sticking with you guys will help me figure something out. And speaking of figuring stuff out, I'm buying a manju. My stomach's gurgling just looking at it. Aren't you supposed to be buying a souvenir for Lecter? Well, whatever. She seems happier now, and I guess that's what matters most. Rean bought Milliam a Ymir manju, which she scarfed down in typical Milliam fashion as they left the shop. Kodai. Ich mag die als Unit im Kampf nicht so gerne. Dafür mag ich die als Charakter umso mehr. Die nicht. Falsche Taste. Da ist Sarah. Meine Güte. Well, seeing as Torval and Miles are safe, I'm guessing all the braces here in Erebonias are probably okay. Wish I could say the same for our colleagues over in Crossbill, though. Can't even get in touch with Venza. A friend of yours? We go back a ways, yeah. He used to be registered as a bracer here, but eventually he packed up and moved to Crossbill. Anyway, leave worrying about the guild to us. You've got enough on your plate as it is. Just focus on what move you guys are gonna make next. If you feel like you need a break, I'd be happy to join you, though. Maybe I should take her up on that. That sounds nice, actually. Would you mind hanging out for a while? Striking while the iron thought, I see. Alright, I could use the company. I was actually thinking of heading to the tavern for a drink or two. What do you say to a little change of venue? That's fine with me, but I'll stick with living the dry life. Figured you'd say that. Come on then. No sooner had they arrived at the tavern did Sarah ask Gerald for alcohol recommendations. And after she offered to pay, Rean settled on a ginger ale. This is the good stuff. It's got a very mellow taste, but it's sweet and refreshing too. I had no idea you could make something so good out of rice of all things. It's kind of alcohol from the east that Master Kafai brought here, I believe. Gerald said it's called Junmai Shu. The headmaster Kafai sure knows his stuff. He sounds like a man I'd love to drink the night away with. He's always been a bit of a heavy drinker, but also I'm pretty sure he'd take you up on that if you ask. But you might want to cut down on the booze. With things so shaky now, you never know when you'll need to take action. I know. I'm not planning on getting myself plastered when you've got that discussion later on, so don't freak out. I think I've earned a bit of alcoholic relaxation time personally. After all, I went cold turkey while I was in hiding. It was torture. Would you deny your poor instructor some sweet relief? Sure, relief, let's call it that. What have you been doing all this time anyway? We didn't hear so much as a rumor about you. Oh, I was just lying low, gathering what information I could through connections from my guild years. Information about what was going on elsewhere in the country, the capital in particular, that kind of stuff. In the capital? Did you manage to find anything out? No more than you did yourself, sad to say. The Noble Alliance is doing a great job of keeping information from leaking out of the city. After that, I decided to sneak into the Croissant province to follow the Alliance's movement from there. And that was when I ended up getting in contact with Eustace. I see. Pretty impressive you were able to do so much all on your own. Well, working alone and gathering information are two things I had to get used to during my guild years. So it was nothing new for me. If anything, I'm more impressed with everything you've managed to do. I was glad to see everyone here was okay after that Jaeger attack too. Sounds like it was a high-ranking corps. Yeah, the Northern Jaegers, under orders from Duke Aberreo. Fortunately, there were no fatalities, even if the experience was pretty traumatic for everyone. That's woken up now too, so there's been no real long-term damage there. We had the goddess's blessing in that respect. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to help when you needed it most, Rean. You don't need to apologize. You couldn't possibly have known what was gonna happen. Is something wrong? You look distracted all of a sudden. No, it's nothing. I was just thinking about what a relief it is that your dad's okay. He always seemed like such a pleasant man, especially for a noble. Handsome too. I don't like where this is going. Oh, relax, I'm just kidding. Anyway, all that aside, you've made it this far. You can make it the rest of the way too. Just keep your eyes on the future. And that starts by deciding what to do next. You're right, we'll all be counting on your This stuff is awesome. Can you at least let me finish before you wind up passed out on the floor? After finishing her drink, Rean led an ever so tipsy instructor Sarah back to the Phoenix Wings. I'm not in zweites Sarah even. All those drinks got me feeling kinda sleepy. I can't afford to doze off during your discussion later. Maybe I should go out and get some air. A little exercise always sobers me up faster for some reason. How about it? Wanna join me? What should I do? Alright then, I'm up for it. You are attaboy, Rean. Actually, If we've got plenty of morning left to fritter away, I've got an idea. What would you say to a little one-on-one training? Sounds good to me, just maybe don't rough me up too much. Well, let's take this somewhere a bit less populated then, shall we? Together, Rean and Sarah headed out onto the valley. There they found a nice, quiet area to hold their impromptu training session. You've definitely gotten stronger while I've been away. Good to see that getting that knight of yours hasn't caused you to start slacking on your training. I'm still no match for you, though. Not bad, but only just... I think if I really try, I might just be able to beat her. She clearly wants me to do it, and if that's what she wants, then I'll show her just how much I've improved. You're all fired up now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's pick things up where we left off. Right. Come on, that all you got? I hope it isn't, cause you're not gonna be able to rescue your sister or the princess, if that's the best you can do. You remember when I said you were the center of Class 7? Well, I still feel that way, even now. And I won't rest easy until I know that Center's capable of beating me on his own at least once. He's... Sha! I'm so sorry. Are you alright, Rean? Yeah, I'm fine, just... I should have known that I was no match for you. Whew. No, that was your victory, not mine. What do you mean? I knew that the last attack of yours was going to be far more powerful than I thought you were capable of. So I was forced to stop holding back in order to block it. That's the victory in my book. Clearly, all that stuff you've been doing has been great for your training. I'd really like to think so. I'd chalk that one up to luck personally. I wasn't even thinking. It's more like my body acted on its own. I'm going to need a lot more practice before I can pull off feats like that at will. If you understand that, then I need say no more. But don't worry, I'm sure that if you train enough, you'll be able to do it. Have faith in yourself, yeah? You've got both the potential and the mindset to achieve great things. I'll try. Now exhausted, the two of them went back to the village. I don't even want to think about how badly that last attack could have hurt him. I feel like this was causing the old me to resurface. Endlich das letzte Link-Level mit Sarah. Yay. Und dann haben wir noch ein letztes mit Sharon. Doing some shopping, Sharon? That's right. Since you'll all be gathering for a discussion in the Phoenix Wing, I thought I might help out in the kitchen. Ich glaube, ich bin auch irgendwann vorhin während dem Sarah-Rean-Dialog, habe ich durch meine Stimme geswitcht. Das war einmal Rean eher die hellere Stimme hatte. I also thought I could prepare some food for your father, seeing as your mother has other business to attend to. That's awfully generous of you, thanks. With several both members having recently revealed themselves to us, I can't help but assume they are up to something. I'd like you to know, Rean, that no matter what happens, my alliance will always lie with you and your classmates. Please ensure that whatever you decide on this afternoon is something you can do without regret. Sharon, I swear we were glad to have your support. Till the end of time. It's great to know she's got our back, but she's still cooking for Dad. Maybe I can help her out with that. Well, even if you're looking out for us, that doesn't mean I can't help you with cooking for my dad. Might as well try to pay him back a little bit for those years of love and devotion, right? I'm sure you're father would be overjoyed to hear you say that. As soon as I'm done with shopping, I can head over to the kitchen. Together, Rean and Sharon walked to the mansion. After seeing that Rean's mother was out, they started making a hearty meal for his father. Oh, you're making Ymir-style borscht. Good idea, it's got plenty of vegetables and it should be great for warming him up to boot. I couldn't agree more. All of the protein in the meat I'll be using should help accelerate his recovery as well. Masterine, could I trouble you to chop the vegetables? If you would, I'll set about preparing the meat and seasoning the soup. Sure. It's time like these where she seems like just any other maid. Take me back to watching her cook for us in the dorm. Hard to believe that she's actually an enforcer for Ouroboros sometimes. Ow! Is something wrong? Heavens, you've sliced your finger. Sorry, I should have been paying more attention. I didn't cut it too deeply though, so it should be fine. Oh no, that won't do at all. Would you hold still a moment, please? I'll stop the bleeding. Rean, what are you... This is so awkward. There, that should do the trick. Sharon, I'm not sure it's a good idea to start sucking on people's fingers out of the blue like that. Any particular reason? I'll bring you a bandage, so please wait in the adjacent room. She's messing with me again, isn't she? There we are, or better. Please leave the rest of the work to me. You should give your finger time to heal. You're probably right. I'm sorry that I couldn't be of more help. You needn't be sorry, Masterine. You made a valuable contribution as it was. It brought back memories of Lady Elisa's younger days too. Whenever she fell and scraped her knees, she would always start crying for me to come and help her. Oh, how sweet. I can picture how embarrassed she'd be if she learned Sharon was telling people this. Come to think of it, you've been working for the Reinford family for a while now, haven't you? 7 years, in fact. It was shortly after Mr. Reinford's passing. I cannot begin to thank Madam Chairman Irina enough for giving me the chance she did. It was only thanks to her kindness that I was able to begin a new life under her employ. Does that mean you've never been a maid before she hired you then? What were you before that? Oh. As you no doubt suspect, I lived as an enforcer. The mission given to me by Ouroboros was what first led me to meet her. And she wasted no time in trying to hire me. I served in both capacities concurrently after that. You won't find many executives who would knowingly hire an agent of Ouroboros. She never ceases to amaze, huh? She certainly doesn't. Nonetheless, it was thanks to her that I was able to find a new path of my own. Too late for me to turn back and change what's already been done, but she was willing to give me a different future. What do you mean? Oh, nothing. I was simply thinking out loud. Regardless of what happened in the past, my love for the Reinford family will never waver. Nor will my devotion to Class VII, Master Rean. I shall continue to do all that I can to serve you. Thank you. I know we can always count on you. And everyone else knows that too. I hope we'll always stay fondly in your thoughts, Sharon. After their conversation was finished, Sharon returned to preparing Baron Schwarz's meal. And after helping however he could until his mother returned, we left them to finish by themselves. Yay, Level 5 mit Sharon. So, und jetzt haben wir nur noch eine kleine Quest. It's one less thing to worry about at least. Gonna have to have a word with that Annabelle to never do something like that again now, won't I? Lol, die Quest habe ich schon gemacht. Habe ich das? Stranger than fishing, ja, habe ich. Na dann. Ist das hier der Punkt, wo wir dann den Part schon beenden, weil beim nächsten Mal geht mit Story weiter und das wäre gerade, glaube ich, nicht sinnvoll, diesen Part weiterzumachen. Wenn euch der hier aber gefallen hat, lasst gerne einen Daumen nach oben da, abonniert den Kanal, um nichts mehr zu verpassen. Beim nächsten Mal geht es dann endlich wieder mit Story weiter. Ciao, ciao.